First one, so Jaden's going to be passing standard Trndo where he's putting one hand on the knee. Okay, so my knees are rolled to my chest the best I can. I get on my side, I start to roll my hips up in the air, so as he starts to pass around, I'm going to start trying to scoop the elbow, right? I'm trying to bring my shoulder in front of the wrist so that it's not easy for him to change or even just to free that arm, okay? So I'm trying to like block him freeing his arm as I capture his elbow and come over the top with my hands, right? If he's coming in like closer, so like I lean in a bit more, I might need to frame his head away a little bit and just use my left hand to do that same pressure, okay? You can still see I'm getting his wrist, I'm keeping my shoulder forward and capturing his elbow, right? From here, I'm gonna try to chop over the head, okay? And break his posture with my left leg, creating some counter pressure. So it can be stepping, hooking, or potentially be across the hip here. From this angle, if Jaden does the same thing, then I'm hooking the arm, getting my elbow in, you know, my foot might go past the hip. I wanna like one of the first things, don't try to chop over. I want to just break his posture. So if I roll myself actually flat here, okay, you can see that rotates his shoulder, breaks his posture. I can chop the head here, all right? And then now that his posture's broken, I turn in and I should hook the back of the arm. From here, I'm wanting to finish the arm bar, and this is an area I see a lot of people mess up. I basically want the arm, if you look at his elbow's facing towards me. I need that so that I can apply a regular armbar finish, okay? So just watching people do this, I often see people kind of just holding here and you can see his elbow's facing up there. This armbar won't really work. He'll just turn out of that and it'll just bend the arm, okay? So I need to make sure my pressure has rotated him like this, okay? If you need to, okay, like fold, if you need to get some more, like fold their wrist over your elbow if you have to, just to turn it in as much as you can. Once you've got their posture broken, they're down here. If my foot was on the outside, I'll put it back in now. I'll be shooting my right leg deeper and back heeling. Okay, I now have position to finish the belly down armbar. This is a whole position on itself that I will have a course on how to deal with the belly down armbar position. So there's different things people can do. They can grab their leg, they can do all sorts of things to try to deal with this. For now, we'll have that as a relatively linear finish of just shooting our legs deep and extending the arm. Jaden goes for Trndo. I move towards north-south to some extent, okay? I try to keep my shoulder in front to expose that elbow. I square up, break his posture, force his head down, okay? And then I'm gonna chop over the top, thread my leg through, and I can finish the arm. So next one, when our opponent goes for the crossface, okay? So Jaden starts to come around and he starts, you know, reaching for my head for whatever reason, okay? And obviously if I can, I want to have my bottom leg in when I try to counter this, okay? And I want to be framing the head away the best I can, or if I feel like my bottom leg's doing a good enough job, I can go straight on to just getting good grips on the arm. If he's really, I bring your head towards me, towards my head, then I'm going to keep his head away until I get my leg in position before I change my grips. Okay, so I'm trying to like manage this distance, keep myself safe first. These two things here are doing that, my bottom leg and my arms, especially if his head's coming towards my head. All right, I'm trying to get him low down. So when I'm in this scenario, I'm probably just going to bring my knee in front and try and push him lower down. You see, as soon as my knee comes in, I'm able to change my hand, reaching over the top, using my head and trying to rotate that arm. If I can ever get him back down to like here, I feel like this is a better grip, okay? But if it's still up on my, I keep it up next to my head. Okay. If it's up here, I can just like shrug my shoulder and still rotate and roll his shoulder as I stretch him out here. Right. Until now that I've broken his posture, again, I'm chopping, okay? And I will then try to bend that wrist, which is adding that Kimura pressure on the arm, okay? Back heeling here, getting my legs deep, and looking for that same finish we talked about before. Again, from this angle, so Jaden comes in for that crossface, okay? I make sure I've got these two things, keeping space the best I can, right? I want to stop him from taking this arm back. It's one of the first things that, pull your arm back. Yeah, so but to stop that, I know I've got good frames, so I stop him from taking that arm back by just getting my forearm, not my elbow. Okay, I've got no more, once I get my elbow in, I've got no more ability to rotate it. If I start with the forearm, I can actually roll through and rotate more. So I'm starting with my forearm here, okay, keeping his head away and finding room. Knee going underneath. If he blocks my knee going under, then I go over the top, okay? Or, yeah, those two are probably the main ones. They're gonna push him away and break his posture. And now I'm changing onto this grip, deep, and rotating here like this, okay? From here, if I don't feel like I've rotated the arm enough, I might grab the wrist, take my head away, and fold it over my bicep here and get better pressure here like this, okay? Keeping the shoulder down, stretching. I can chop, back heel, shoot my legs deep, finish the arm.